let's
birds are
imagine that
allowed.
we can
We have all
like-
this marijuana and
Monty Python.
Marijuana trend.
I mean, if you lean backwards, we're gonna fall in this tree.
yeah, let's start it with like
Okay,
guess the trend.
can we start? I
Yeah.
will like compose enough.
yeah.
All right, so
So we just did a video and
we had 3 days of intense perfume show. Just so finished this third day, and it was very interesting. It was, of course, it was suffocating, and it was hot, and the place was quite small, and the brands were too many, and the maze was impossible. But it was good because we smell perfumes, and
we see each other after 2 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
and we talked with perfumers, and everything was just like before. I enjoyed it very much, and we still have like maybe half a day tomorrow.
After that.
And so the main trend is, as we talked before, Sanya, no trend, right?
No trend. Yeah.
Everybody tried to stand out somehow. Somebody can and somebody can't.
Yeah, you cannot say that there were like predominant fragrance direction, or we could. There were a lot of like natural smelling ones. There were a lot of like conceptual, more futuristic perfumes. They were
Natural
they were,
but complex still.
Natural
There were
but
not many
complex.
soliflores.
no. I
It's
mean
not
like
interesting anymore,
imitating nature, fragrances that are imitating smells of nature, but also fragrances that are very complex and maybe give a nod to history or the art of perfumery as well.
situation.
Yes, or the
But
situation.
fresh ingredients
this Nikolai
as well.
situation
Yeah,
of the
so-
Nobody wants to tell you about the very precious ingredients which was
Yeah.
grown somewhere.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No
organic,
one
natural,
actually. Yeah.
maybe you.
Imported.
I heard quite
so
a
on.
few interesting
Yeah, really?
stories.
Yeah,
I mean, like some like copycat, like Frederic Malle
Okay.
and his library of perfumes. So I saw a couple of brands. I mean, it's not bad. They emphasize the perfumer, but so it's good. I mean, Frederic Malle first started it. It's good just to point out, like, oh, I'm not the first. I'm kind of the 10th or 15th in that trend. It's fine.
and we may got to experience some brands for the first time. Like
Many new
brands,
brands.
yeah, and like brands from Hong Kong and Japan. They were also exhibiting for the first time in Europe.
Tell it about that Hong Kong.
The Hong Kong brand is called Tobe, I think, and Tobe, their whole style is quite minimalistic and contemporary, and they were drawing a lot of attention to their booth because I think they were standing out with their with their concept. Also, their fragrances are there are few quite interesting ones. One is called Force. And the guys told me that it got the most attention at the exhibition, and that people interpreted it in different ways. Some told them it reminded them of the smell of a dungeon. So whatever that smells like, it did not evoke those kind of associations with in me. I think it's an interesting licorice mint futuristic fragrance, and definitely the brand is one of my favorites of the show because it's something different and it comes from another region, not European perfumery. So I like that quite a bit. Yeah.
I like brands from
Japanese.
Japan. So one of them is called Edith, with beautiful tribute to French women, Edith, like Edith Piaf. At least that's what he explained. And he's coming, as he said, sixth generation of family making stumps.
In stone, right? Carved in stone.
Yes, it beautifully. I mean, it's very simple, very beautiful, and there are 4 perfumes, and we both like the same.
Yes.
And the name, I mean, in translation, in looking in the mirror,
In the mirror.
but
Kind of. Kagamigoshi.
Kadamigosh. Yeah, very complex and light at the same time. Beautiful perfume. We, at least I think that we saw some trends, and one is like complexity for the sake of complexity. It's sometimes not very successful, and we had figs, right? Not as simple and like sketchy as before, right?
More
So for us to, okay, it's fig,
not realistic ones.
not very
probably.
realistic. Yeah, they are incorporated in composition, like in Ubigon, that black fig, the new fragrance, so classy and modern. Sandrina, you like the news from
Francesca
Milan?
Del-
Francesca Delora, if you want
Francesca.
like juicy fig, it's like jammy fig
For
with
me, it's very incense.
flowers.
It smells like incense,
they have-
essential oil.
They have incense in the bag, like many perfume houses put it as some token. I don't know, in the base of perfumes. So a lot of incenses of different kinds, but maybe not as many as church incense, except Filippo Sarcine.
Yeah, and
So
even
it's-
the whole brand with
It's
the
a
18
trademark
fragrances,
after
Yes,
all.
yes.
which is like all about incense.
Ah,
Yes,
Olibanum.
Olibanum, the brand called Olibanum with 18 fragrances.
Yeah, but the best
Oh, yeah.
is still Olibanum.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, but the point was to show how usual ingredients like patchouli, for instance, lambret, they transform by affecting Olibanum, because Olibanum is like the main
But it's
thing.
more like an experiment.
Kind of, but it's very nice.
Truly a perfume. Another great experiment, and it is Angela Campagna, and they brought kind of testing public opinion about their two fragrances. One is strawberry and oud, and the other one is spicy nut. This spicy nut is kind of like, okay, we've seen it so many times, but strawberry and oud, it was really unusual because strawberry, it was all the time in that fragrance. So I put it, and after half an hour, it was still strawberry. So oud didn't kill it, and it was the most realistic strawberry I've actually ever smelled. So, and I think that that perfume will survive. The only thing, I don't like to know the story of making perfumes. I like a nice, good story of witchcraft and everything, just just like Angela does with all her other fragrances. So, but it's me. It doesn't.
I think that lately I don't want to have stories.
It's
And I
story and a
think
story. It's different thing.
I
okay.
think that I don't know if it's just my impression, but I think that in the past, brands were more worried about telling a very intricate story about each fragrance, and now it's just a little bit more about the fragrance itself than just the story. But
Sometimes they are so minimalistic. I will not name the brand, but when I asked what about the names, and it was just numbers.
Ah.
Oh, it's just we don't know. It's just we needed some name, so we put it. Like nice.
Fair enough. That's honest enough.
No, I don't know. It's not very interesting to me. Okay.
well, at least it's honest.
Yeah. It's a rare
Yes,
thing
yes,
these
yes.
days.
And maybe we can mention new Mishane collection that we all liked. So maybe Sandrina can say about that
Yes.
more about that, because one of the fragrances is her favorite. Another one is my favorite, but
But in total, it's 4. Right?
yeah, there are 4 new fragrances done with master perfumers. So Sandrina, tell us more.
Milan decided to launch a time capsule collection of 4 fragrances. One is from Dominique Perfume, another one is from Anne Filippo, it's my favorite.
And what is the name of that? I like it too.
Tempo.
And they are named in Esperanto.
Yeah.
By the
And
way.
why is it called time capsule?
Because the names of perfumes, they are actually referred to some I don't know. For example, Time Flows,
Yeah.
the one perfume, and I
I think it's
created
called
that.
Capsule collection actually.
Time
No,
capsule.
time capsule.
Time
So
capsule.
one is it's all related to time,
Okay.
going, flowing, staying. I mean, freezing the moments, something like that. And so my favorite also is
Yeah,
yours,
our-
created by Anne Filippo.
Yeah. It's like orange blossom with mandarin, but it has some
Juicy fruit and
Sweetness.
so sleek and smooth.
yeah, it's beautiful. It stands out from the collection.
And technically perfectly executed, so you just smell it all the time and it just flows. Very
And
beautiful.
also there's Tero, done by Carlos Benaim, which has caramel, but it's not sweet.
Terra
It's,
is terra. I mean,
yeah,
Earth.
yeah, in Esperanto, I guess.
yeah, yeah.
Tero.
In
And
Portuguese.
it has
as well.
In
Yeah.
Romanian.
Oh yeah, in a lot of
So you all
languages.
speak
Yeah.
Esperanto.
Yeah. So it's a good fragrance that has caramel, which is not sweet. It's spicy, it's earthy and woody, warm and well-rounded, and I quite like that one. Yeah.
And the mini Papillon, which one?
I don't
I think
remember
it's
the
the
name.
one with
Credo, I guess. No. So there is a butterfly fluttering, butterfly effect, butterfly
Yeah,
effect.
this one. European.
These
That
are the
one
new
was created
bottles.
by Dominique
so-
Papillon,
Papile,
and the other one, Credo.
Yeah. Papifleco is European.
papile fico.
Papifleco is European.
All right. And what we have here, we have
Tempo
yes, So that one is
Aneflipo.
Anflipo. Yeah. So all fragrances are exceptional. After all, they are created by great perfumers, and so they are worth trying. The trend of summery perfumes was very visible, easy, floral with aromatics,
Fruity. Very
especially
fruity.
very beautiful lavender everywhere.
I have
Like-
to say, yeah,
yes,
my
please.
lavender I smell from Hiram Green in the Arcadia, the new fragrance he was launching. It was this seemingly classic fougere structure with lavender and um, something sweet in the base. It seemed like a masculine fougere, but at the same time, in the quality of each ingredient, there was something so special and particular about it that it turned the fragrance into something new. New referring to familiar at the same time. That's the thing that I like when it's so familiar and strange that it becomes interesting. So I really like the fragrance.
Like a new discovery of familiar.
Yeah.
Some kind of different level.
And I also have two, while I'm at it.
Lavenders?
Lavenders, but I have to mention something. The new leather from De Gabor, Leather Forever. This time it's a flanker called Leather Forever Royal Arabian Edition, and what I
Quite
liked
intense.
it's intense.
Complex.
Yes, yeah. But what I liked is that he in the previous fragrance he injected rum and whiskey, which makes her very boozy, but not so sweet, but boozy entrance, and it's kind of exciting. And also he replaced castoreum with amber, so it's not so animalic. So I thought it was interesting. I also have to mention Malanotte, with, in my opinion, or at least I still have tomorrow, but until now it's the vanilla that I like the most. Vanilla brûlée. It's like a smoky, burnt.
Is it realistic, Kundura?
Yeah, very.
It's realistic creme brulee, but at the same time you don't feel like you're wearing a dessert on yourself.
Yes.
So it's that balance is achieved.
It's very
It's-
transparent. It's not sticky. It's
Yeah.
not like
Transparent, smoky, a little
So you
salty
want to
too.
come and check.
yeah.
So it seems too simple, but it's very satisfying.
They have the fragrance named Synth Pop as well, by the way.
Yes,
An unsatisfying vanilla's frustration by that.
Frustration.
frustrated vanilla.
Frustrating frustration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We have one great gourmand, I must tell. It's from Boyce 1920. It's Duro
Oh,
Cafe.
I liked it too.
Yeah, it's like
What is the name again?
Duro Cafe.
Duro Cafe.
Oh, I liked the other one.
Which one?
When they show it, it was I can't remember the name. Chocolate and
Oh, that's the one. It's like Nuti Cafe. It's
no,
like
I like
Nutella.
I like
and
one
cafe.
that was fruity chocolate.
Fruity It's
I
remember
can't
the name.
But that was very
So
good.
many
The other,
names.
Yes.
another
So
one.
check
Yeah.
out the brand. The
Yeah.
new
Yeah.
brand.
Yeah.
yeah.
And chocolate, another chocolate like
Yeah, but
chocolate
it's
is
very very nice.
Not
chocolate.
obvious. They're not very obvious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like Nutella with hazelnuts and with cafe. It's really prominent cafe.
yeah. Actually, we have weird. I mean, not weird, but prominent ingredients like strawberry
Yeah.
by Angela Campagna. Still experimenting, but strawberry and oud. So it's going to be launched, I guess, by exhibition in Florence. Hazelnuts, by the way. Hazelnuts by Jacques Fabre.
Vetiver, yeah.
It's vetiver, but it's
Vetiver.
hazelnut.
Oh, and they were showing also Isabelle. I never remember the name. Avant et après. Avant et après. Very nice white
So
floral.
before and after.
With
Yeah, with
Monoi accord,
yeah,
tiare and
with
coconut.
tiare.
It's not something revolutionary, but it's so beautiful and so
Multifaceted,
pleasant.
like
Yeah,
fruity floral.
I liked
in
it
a
very
good
much.
Yeah, I
shade.
find- find
it's
that-
always always transparent.
Yes.
Very transparent.
Yeah.
And
Nothing is
very light.
overwhelming.
Very yes.
Almost nothing is
Monoi is
overwhelming.
like oily somehow,
Yeah.
so but this is not.
So
But
this
I
year,
find it very related to my favorite gardenia.
yes,
It has that DNA, but it's
lighter, a little
lighter and
creamier also.
yeah, but it's focused on tiare.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I must say something. After our first day, we all agreed that the peach note is very prominent.
Yeah.
Yes,
At this
and
show.
apricot because
And
of the
apricot
smell.
as well. Yeah.
Osman.
And I found several extremely good peaches. One of them is Esxence note. Another one is Kajal Maz. Then we have a peach from Nobile. You try it as
Belle
well.
Rebelle.
It's a
forever.
beautiful peach. And I love one peachy apricot fragrance from the Merchant of Venice. I think it's one of the best fragrance from them, really. And it's called Flamand Rosé. It's nothing to do with rose. It's some osmanthus apricot mandarin fragrance. Very smooth, very polished, and
Polished is the word
polished.
of
Smooth,
this of
sweet
the.
and
Of,
smooth,
Polish is the
right?
word of
And
this.
it's the
so-
trend.
Yeah,
Maybe polished
polish
is
is
the
the
trend.
trend.
Sometimes
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was nothing that shocked me this
Yeah, you
time.
want
I
some
think.
spike.
Oh, there was.
Christelle Jacquemin is not exactly shocking, but it's not that polished. It's more experimental to the point that sometimes it's not doesn't smell like perfume.
Yeah.
And she was showing 3 new ones. I like the more classic one, but there was like an interpretation of the smell of snow, and that was really strange to me, but still soft. So I'm not very familiar with snow, unfortunately. So I don't really know the smell of snow. But to me, it smelled like.
Unleash your imagination.
For me, that
Where
was
you have so many
salty, and
snows.
for me, snow it's not.
This is a fragrance
It's
for the
not
people
salty,
who don't know
it's
how snow smells.
Yeah.
Come visit me.
Smells
during winter.
It smells
You'll
like
smell lots of
cold.
snow. Yeah.
Lavenders.
Lavender
I
as
can't
well.
forget because these fragrances were just the best among perfumes at the exhibition. First is Fairbanks in Gold, purple lavender, some Tasmanian lavender. It's so good. No, purple suede.
Yeah.
Sorry. But lavender was the main ingredient in the top, although it didn't like really smell like lavender. It doesn't matter. It's a great perfume, very smooth. Another wonderful perfume is a new 1240 by Fragrantica Extreme.
Oh yes, I liked it very much.
It's overdose of tonka bean of exceptional quality.
Yeah.
So it's cherry, nutty, rummy.
It's kind of. Is it like a derivation of the?
It's totally different. I
1270
compared, and
from
it's a
Bertrand
different,
Chauffour?
different perfume.
I thought it was different too. There's
Sidonie
something in
Lanceur,
common.
right?
Sidonie Lanceur. There's something in common.
It's brighter.
Yes, yeah,
It's more
yes,
intense,
yes.
sweeter,
Yeah.
like less aromatic and even less woody. So
Yeah.
more fruity.
More
It's just and funny.
More polished.
I mean, it's cheerful. Very good. I really liked perfume by Ulrich Wang, New York, and its letter. It's that river in Hate's Kingdom, like 1 of 5, and so it's not like necessarily to forget, but just to embrace the moment, like skin, softness, hug with lavender.
Yeah.
So in the top, and it's exceptional lavender as well. So yeah, we have to mention Headspace, a new project by Nicolas Chabot, who revived Le Delion and has also Edda. Very good. It's fun.
And the fragrance you mentioned a few days ago about champagne. Which one is that? With the champagne note.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's my favorite.
Yeah, it's
Champagne.
an amazing one.
It's Sandal. Yes, what is
Yeah,
the
that
name?
one.
Santal
Santal.
egg headspace.
Just Santal
Headspace,
Headspace. So
yeah.
it's very realistic champagne in the top. Like it's
It's
really
like Prosecco.
fizzy.
It's like prosecco.
You
Yeah.
can feel the bubbles, so it's and
Yeah, but it's sweet.
champagne.
It's sweet,
Yes,
yeah.
it's quite sharp aldehydic, and it's just smooth
I know.
by sandal, like milky, creamy in the body. So it's really nice one. There is one with a sweat and skin with something else. I don't know.
Galban.
You guys check it out.
Yeah, I think we all have that because
Smoke?
it's very hot.
That's
Sweat and
Yeah,
skin.
so
what we're
We
wearing.
already
That's
owning
the
that
base
kind
note.
of fragrance.
The base
base
note.
And
is sweat.
the most unusual is the packaging. So I don't have the real one, but here,
Mhm.
so it's just printed
Oh,
in
it's cool.
in
Yeah, it's
cardboard.
very
very
cool.
nice.
It looks very
So
nice.
inside you
in
have a bottle. It will not break because it has edges. So in any box it will fit and will not break. So it's really a good idea for packaging.
I would like to mention citruses from several brands.
I mean citruses.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
We have
A lot of them.
a lot of them, yeah. But some of the best are Neroli from
Paris Monte Carlo.
Paris Monte Carlo for their Italian line. Then
He created it by some bunch from some island. I mean,
Yeah.
really small production, very specific, and he created Gianluca.
Gianluca created,
Oh.
yeah.
Yes, he created himself. So what else?
He created Mandarino di Sicilia as
So
well.
I guess he will just continue creating
Yeah.
himself with his own line.
Yeah,
Quite fun.
Yeah.
it's perfect for us. Yeah. The other one is from
Laboratorio
Laboratorio
Olfativo.
Olfativo. Yeah. It's Arancia Rossa. It's beautiful.
And
really.
it's not
I love-
really red because of rhubarb. Maybe
Yes.
it's not necessarily.
But-
I mean, when you
Or
think
some
about
more black currant or
Mhm.
something.
the kind and
No,
rhubarb,
yeah.
But
We're gonna
the whole
check.
collection is beautiful.
Yeah, but there is like maracuya or something, something.
Yeah.
but it smells
tropical,
red,
but it's
red
smells
and
red,
orange and
yeah.
sweet.
And
So very
Esxence,
mouthwatering.
who is launching 3 new fragrances for the top notes collection. She created base note collection for now, and at the autumn it will be available 3 new fragrances, citruses, and she wanted to make it quite different than anyone else, and I think she succeeded. She wanted to do it with cold milk, for example, with ice cream, then fresh carrot, not carrot seed and carrot
Yeah,
itself, fresh carrot.
Carrot root.
Yeah, carrot. Yeah, yeah. And I think it would be really interesting for the public because when you do citrus, then it's not so long lasting or
Mhm.
not so.
But they have means to make it like, especially,
Yeah.
I mean, some perfumers to the point of smelling artificial. But I
Yeah.
hope it's not the case.
No.
And I also
All three are
felt a lot of
wonderful.
salty things, but not extremely salty. But
No,
there's
just a touch.
like a pinch of
Just-
salt.
Yeah.
Italian brands know how to do it.
Yes.
Yes.
And by the way, there is this
That one from
Pan-
Sicily, right?
Pantheon Roman, for example. They had a fragrance called Aurea. So it was like citrus
Mm-hmm.
and this iodic salt
Yes.
from the
Sea
sea.
breeze, yeah.
It was not complicated. It was immediately understandable, but it was also not a copy of
Yeah.
other salty fragrances. It was very very refreshing. I really liked it. For me, it's a new idea of freshness, of like citruses going to saltiness,
Mm-hmm.
and some musks to keep it approachable. I like it very much.
Okay, so yeah,
The best
The-
fragrance. I'm sorry. When
sorry.
you were at Marine Fragrances, Need You by Laboratorio Olfativo. If you want without citruses, but
Without,
with
yeah.
jasmine, so it's super like very light, clean T-shirt or I don't know
It's
something
not-
more elegant but
It's not
white.
new, but new for me because
Mhm.
I haven't tried yet. It's from Cartusia.
Amare.
Amare.
yeah,
It's
that's
beautiful, salty fragrance.
Yeah.
Really,
And the packaging.
everything
And
Oh,
the
that's
whole-
so
everything is
beautiful.
great.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, it's very beautiful.
Yeah.
What is the name of the brand from Sicily? You said
Sicilia.
Sicilia.
Yeah.
All fragrances I accept.
Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
they are very
And
unusual.
marine ones.
Yeah, there's the one
Marine
that
ones
smells,
is
that
my
smells
favorite.
like
Marine.
smoky meat, but it's inspired by
Extremely
volcano, but
smoky.
it's very extremely smoky. So as you can see, I mean, in this short conversation, we mentioned like a lot of different fragrance.
Wait, I have to
families.
mention one thing.
Ah.
If you're wrapping up, I
But
just
yes,
want,
I am wrapping it
I
up.
would like to quickly jump in because I feel kind of guilty. I I just started a war of generation on the website. So it's,
Among many wars.
Among many
just
words,
one of
yeah.
them. So nomenclature, the whole new line for Gen Zs, and it's 5 fragrances. They are mostly green, very easy, beautiful, and uh, not weird, but new, right? So the best is minted. So it's a Moroccan mint, sweet, fresh, huge silage, galbanum palmetto, green galbanum. I don't think that Gen Z can, would. Again, so I assume there are differences. So he was right in the end. The most difficult perfume, I guess, for young people, and also like toxic rose, patchouli rose. It's actually patchouli rose, nothing else, but it smells kind of toxic and maybe new for again Gen Z. I
Or
keep
whoever
assuming
likes it, you know.
So he was right. Yeah, it made a beautiful fragrances, easy for everyone who wants something like really easy to wear, casual, fresh for summer especially.
And
So I had to
what
say
I
that.
really wanted to say is that easy to wear, but that's another trend because in PT I think everybody was trying to sell more for less and to more many people
Mhm.
trying to come up with affordable lines, very
So
simple,
smaller bottles, less
smaller
surprise.
bottles, less expensive, and simple compositions for people that don't like niche. And I was expecting to find more of that here, but no, they stopped. As we were talking about, it's like in September they were worried
The
that they would
life
go
is go
bankrupt.
on.
After all, they did go bankrupt, and now
They-
just
And now
just
we're
want to have
here.
fun.
No,
Yeah.
and
So-
they made
But at
now
least
they
we
made
have-
collections.
Now the collections,
collections.
everything is
So
fun.
everything
Have
is
a
back
collection
in
of
normal
normal
and
life.
going
Like 6,
even
7
harder
fragrances.
at it.
Yeah.
Normal
yeah.
consumer paradise. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
maybe you can expect a lot of reviews in the future from all that we gathered here.
wrapping it up.
Because it was
Because it's
it was
a
a time
party.
at 10 years
It's
ago.
actually already started, so we're
Bye.
going to the party. And you guys enjoy our reviews.
Because some of you cannot don't know how to stop.